Friday soccer from the Show Me State as SKC2 looks to grab its third straight clean sheet against Western Conference foe LAFC2. Philip Galati with you live every step of the way on MLSNextPro.com and the MLS YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining us. For SKC2, head coach István Urbányi and company have really started to build the momentum as the month of May comes to a close, facing the Town just 5 days ago on this very pitch, a team that scored 14 in their previous 3 matches and managed to hold them scoreless. For LAFC2, a number of academy players have stepped up in recent weeks, fighting tooth and nail for their first minutes of professional soccer, making this a very compelling watch. We'll take a look at the starting 11 for both sides, and we will start with head coach István Urbányi's first 11. It's the same 11 from that most recent match against the Town, with one notable change. Goalkeeper Jack Courtcamp has been called up to the US U17 camp, joining the Stars and Stripes in Valencia next month. So Ryan Shayway will step in between the sticks for just his second appearance of the 2025 campaign. Brian Arellano, Malun Gumbale, and Meji Alexandre rounding out the front 3 for the hosts. For LAFC2 and their attack, it will be led by a new name for the visitors. Tommy Mahalik will get the nod in terms of leading the line from up top as we take a look at the LAFC2 starting 11. Mahalik wearing number 90 with club legend Adrian Wibowo to his left. 11 goals, 4 assists entering this season. Both LAFC2 records. 4-3-3 the go-to for Junior Gonzalez in his first 11, with Thomas Hassall in between the sticks for the visitors, also making his second appearance of the campaign. Canadian keeper in search of his first clean sheet of the year. Keep an eye on the bench, though. The depth for LAFC2 has been on full display in recent matches, even with the number of injuries, players stepping up and making the most of their opportunities, looking to bounce back after a 3-0 defeat last time out to Portland Timbers 2. SKC2 on the left side of your screen in the navy blue with the sky blue hoops. LAFC2 on the right, attacking to the left, wearing the all-white. Whistle sounds and the ball is rolling. Alexandre already finding his space on the near side, as he did a number of times against the Town in that last match. Scoreless draw for SKC2. The Town got the extra point in the shootout, but head coach István Urbányi was very pleased with his side. The Town had scored 14, conceded none in the 3 matches leading up to that one back on Sunday, just a few days ago, so not a ton of rest for these guys. And already a great pass in behind. The flag stays down against Mahalik, but it's Ian James tracking back to deny him. The 16-year-old turns on the Jets. A long-time Academy man, former U15 captain for SKC Academy. An MLS Next All-Star last year. Already with a 6'2" frame and has a sprinter's gait, the amount of ground he was able to cover. to track that one back. As KC2 wanting to be aggressive early. It's a great ball. Fine Ariano at the byline who goes down. Donovan right back onto it. The Sandshred open at the top of the key. Instead works short for Quintero. Had a chance to chat with head coach Istvan Erbany earlier this week, and he mentioned the aggressiveness with which his side wants to play. Starting this one early. Clark into the box beyond Gumbale, and Thomas Hassal will get his first touch of the ball. A man with a wealth of experience in Major League Soccer. Canadian, a native of Cambridge in Ontario. Came up through the Whitecaps Academy system before making a number of appearances with the first team. Made his MLS debut back in July of 2020 as part of the MLS is Back tournament. Came on in place of Maxime Crépeau. Now the first choice keeper with Portland Timbers. 3-0 to Timbers 2 was the last result for LAFC 2. Quintero from distance stings the palms of Hassal. A dipping strike from 25 some odd yards. Goalkeeper saw it all the way. It's a great second touch to wrong foot the defender. Doesn't have a ton of time to look at goal before he strikes it. Still knuckled it a bit. Late movement on the flight of the ball. Hassal getting his body there. Ryan Ariano swings it into the near post. Captain to Sandshred flicked it along. Falls all the way to the top of the box, and it's not a bad effort in the end. Head coach Istvan Erbany wanted this team to start this match aggressively, and they have done so in the opening 5 minutes or so. "20 shots last time out against the Town. Said they were unfortunate not to get all 3 points. A number of chances that they could have or should have put away. A number of chances, well, the goalkeeper did well to keep out of the back of the net. Early in this one, starting things on a very positive note. A chance for LAFC 2 the other way. Ugo stuck with it, out to the far side with Nava. Forced back to the second line. Visitors trying to set up shape. Nielsen. Weibo checking back for it. Draws 2 defenders. Pass under hit to Sandshred intercepting. Alexandre stretching but unable to get there. Adam Saldana stepping in as the pivot. Plays a great ball to turn things into offense. Terry moved it along. Big coming together on the far side, and Beckham Uteritz has gone in unfairly to concede the free kick. Just the 3rd start of the season for Adam Saldana. Sebastian Nava standing over it. SKC2 trying to hold the 18, lofted to the back post, back in front, and the whistle will go for offside. Tommy Mahalik put it in the back of the net, but well before then, that initial header flagged for offside. SKC2 wanted to go quick, instead have to move it back a bit. Clark, Donovan settling, no time for the switch. Poke away by Saldana. Overhit by Clark, looking for the run of Meji Alexandre. Man signed as a trialist back in February of 2024. Scored in his first preseason outing, and the rest was history. Had 3 last year for the club. Looking to become the first SKC2 player to find his second. Appeal for the foul, wasn't given the call. Weibo. Look at the numbers SKC2 is bringing on the press. Got to speak with club captain Cello Tesantred earlier this week. He spoke on that new out-of-possession style that SK2 wants to play with, in terms of stepping a little bit higher to defenders at midfield line, putting in the work rate. Diaz, pass intercepted, but gets right back onto it. Big swing from Nielsen. Nalva. Saldana. Saldana, the LA native, already seeing a lot of the ball. Going to be the real tempo setter for this side. Nava. Jones Jr. faking the cross. No space to go vertical just yet for LAFC2. They'll switch the point of attack on the near side. Weibo. Terry. 16-year-old playing the way he faces. Allows Diaz to step up. It's composed ball movement from the visitors. SKC2 holding their shape very well. Nalva, Mahalik, Terry. Tried to give and go. Well read by the back line. Visitors still trying to be patient. Weibo trying to make a move. Natty Clark saw it all the way. Weibo winning it right back. The ball dancing on the touchline. It stayed in bounds. Mahalik left it behind. It was a clever dummy. Return pass intercepted. Now Alexandre wanting to counter, but doesn't have the options with him. Santret told to turn, closed down well by DiCarlo Guerra. Sandtret stepping up a little higher in the shape for SKC2. Now he'll wait at the top of the box. Clark tried to penetrate the 18 with the pass. There is that high press from SKC2, and they've committed a foul in doing so. As we enter the 13th minute here, that's a significant one for SKC2. It marks 200 minutes now since they've conceded their last goal. The 3-0 loss to Colorado Rapids 2 at the end of April. Their first 2 matches in May, both posting clean sheets, trying to make it 3 for 3. Terry with the wheels, options either side. Has Weibo to his left and overhit the pass. Jude Terry just sitting in a little bit behind the front line for LAFC2. Always seems to be facing forward when he receives the ball, which is crucial for a player with his kind of vision. Has seen a couple passing lanes, especially to Tommy Mahalik, the number 9. Hasn't connected them as of yet, but doing well to cause problems at the back for SKC2. Now gets another chance to face and play. Does so short with Weibo. 6 blue shirts in the offensive half. Donovan now leading the press. And to Sandtret urging his teammates up. High press pays off for the hosts. Sheway, first time we've really seen him under duress tonight. Still had the composure to get it away. Long whistle from the referee, just trying to settle the temperature of this one a bit. It's once again a little bit late to the 50-50. Two shots for SKC2 early. LAFC2 yet to have their first attempt. For LAFC2, this is a side that has battled through a number of hurdles early on in the season. Matthew Evans, their top goal scorer, was on a tear. 4 goals in 6 starts. Suffered an injury earlier in the year. A number of LAFC2 players not fully fit for this one, but head coach Junior Gonzalez spoke on the talent of the academy players and the other players on this team. Guys ready to step up, fight for their spot, and put results together. Depth on full display. Great ball to find Clark, who stepped all the way up. Alexandre making the underlapping run. Donovan will find him. Plays the 1-2 to the byline, cut back. If not for a sliding challenge at the front post made by Kenneth Nielsen. Brave defending, and it needed to be. Irvine, California native with a crucial block.
Attack the ball in the space in front of you.
To the back post, and Pierre Leroux was there. Not that he knew much about it. Second ball settled well by Donovan. Good first touch by Leroux. Alexandre, great ball into the box for Donovan. Time to settle himself, pulls it back, went all the way through. Did well to pick his head up and square to face the goalkeeper. Thought he might have a shot. Uterich trying to use his body to win the foul, instead wins the throw, which is taken quickly. Donovan, did he keep it in play? He did not. It's good ball movement again. Shane Donovan has covered a lot of ground. 18-year-old described as an engine by his head coach, Istvan Urbani. Someone who was unfortunate, he said, not to get a goal last time out against the Town. Still looking for his first of the campaign. SKC2 with 5 players that have scored this season. Nobody has scored more than one. Nava moved along one more time for Webelow, and again it's Jude Terry making the pass. Continues to find those channels, but just unable to connect the dots as of yet. Webelow tucked inside a little bit. Terry was trying to play that one into space. Shove on the part of Pierre Leroux.
Hey, helper man, you're right there. Come on.
The Frenchman a little too physical, right near midfield.
How about the other side?
Born in Bourges, but played college ball with the University of Michigan. Before that, co-defender of the year at the University of Indianapolis. Clark for Alexandre. Trying to turn his mark inside out, but Carlos Diaz defending well. Will be an SKC2 throw. Donovan showing short for Clark. Forced back for Leroux. Touch out of his feet, looking for the ball. Stood up well towards Arellano. Got a toe poke to it. Sliding challenge came in from Uter. It's a dangerous one, but times it well. May have left his feet there. Got to be mindful of those types of challenges with studs exposed, especially from that sort of angle. Does well. Win the ball and make sure he doesn't make contact with the player. This portion of the match is presented by Central Bank, the official checking account partner of Sporting Kansas City and the official jersey front partner of SKC2. At the halfway point of the first half, still scoreless between SKC2 and LAFC2. Philip Galati with you on MLSNextPro.com and the MLS YouTube channel. The hosts have seen a handful of chances offensively, 3 shots to none for LAFC2. But the visitors doing well to foray forward. Just that final pass that has lacked connection. James takes a shoulder from Mihalik. It takes a lot to slow the 16-year-old. There's excessive contact at the end of that.
Right. When you are in the box, you should be almost in the middle of the field.
Clark wanted to drive with the second ball. Header evaded him. Diaz is trying to get rid. Nuho has stepped up. Ariano has settled and gone down, and another big sliding challenge comes in, and that will be a yellow card.
A yellow card caution has been issued to LAFC.
Christian Diaz upending an attacker.
In the 24th minute.
Take another look at it. That may be a trip. That certainly is a yellow card. Hard fall from Sandstret, the captain for SKC2.
Yeah, 35. Kenny, 38. Back post. Tommy, help back post. Carlos, stay in front of that guy.
It is a 4th yellow card of the season. Tied now with Derek Jones Jr. with 4 for the most cautions on LAFC2. Ariano standing over it. Uteritz will leave it behind. Swung into the box and clipped over the bar by Jones Jr. Sandstret was trying to change his body direction in midair just to get a touch on it.
Don't let him beat you to that space.
Yeah, I got you.
Swung in, headed away. Uteritz going for it, appeals for a handball. Instead, LAFC2 trying to counter with Jude Terry in a foot race with Alexandre. Terry driving inside, plays another good ball, and again, it's just overhit. 16-year-old Jude Terry doing well to see these passes. And as soon as one connects, it's going to be an excellent opportunity for the visitors. DeCarlo Guerra was getting forward for it rather. Difficult pass to try and play that one diagonally. Split 2 defenders, and in the end, LAFC2 may feel hard done by to not have a couple shots by this point in the match. Solid going long, Uteritz uncontested. Towering header from Diaz. James as well with a forceful one. Ariano tripped up. Did well to win a foul there. Was going to the byline, didn't have a ton of help with him. Clark has kept the width. That one gonna spin in touch for Alexandre. Clark slides in, and the referee will go to the pocket. Natty Clark booked.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Sporting Kansas City, number 33, Natty Clark, in the 27th minute.
That is a yellow card. Doesn't get the ball. Slides in. Defender goes down. Clark protesting his innocence, but from that look, it seemed like a clear decision for the referee. Ladi Asaka, the woman with the whistle tonight. This portion of the match is presented by Children's Mercy Kansas City, the official healthcare partner of Sporting Kansas City.
Just poke. Adrian, drop.
Alexandre with an emphatic throw. He may have picked up his back foot. And LAFC2 win it right back regardless. Alexandre with the win. Donovan into the box. Forced away. Well defended by Nielsen, who has been hard to push by on this near side for SKC2. Natty Clark making the overlapping runs. Alexandre, a player that wants to go right at it one-on-one. Kenneth Nielsen has stood his ground. And Coach Junior Gonzalez had a chance to speak to him earlier this week. Noted the work rate of his players defensively as an area in which this team wants to improve. And not only work rate, but mental focus, he said, collectively is going to be key for us. Just need to shape things up a little bit more defensively. That will lead to executing on the attacking side. Mahalik dropping back, trying to play with his back to goal. I've seen him in this match as more of a target forward, out and out 9. May drop in as more of a false 9 now, just to get involved in the build-up a bit. Clark for Donovan. Clark continuing his run. Donovan onto his left. Instead, one more with his right. To Santret with his left will share the wealth. Alexandre has shifted to the far side. First cross blocked. Falls kindly to Quintero. And instead, it's very well defended at the byline by Derek Jones Jr.
Starting position lower. Stay. Go. Right, go. No problem. Play into Hassan. Not too much right there.
Formerly of the University of Portland, and spent his graduate year with Cal State Northridge. LA native. This one will get by him, but not by Christian Diaz. Now LAFC2, we're going to break again. Can Terry find his pass? He's forced back by Clark. Guetta urged forward, and off his line is Shewe. Well spotted from the goalkeeper. That pass came from a long way out. Lightning quick reflexes to get off his line. Clark. Denied by sliding Diaz. Diaz in his 7th start of the season thus far. Been a fixture of the back line this season. First time we've really seen SKC2 try and go direct with that route 1 pass. Saldana pressed by Tesantret. The midfield line for LAFC2 sitting a lot deeper. It's allowed the hosts to collect the second ball. Finding space on those 10, 15-yard passes. Kept very narrow in this shape defensively though, LAFC2. Switch could open things up as Gumbale goes down. Hardly an appeal from any of his teammates. Clark intercepts it. Arellano. Skipping cross under the foot of the defender. Casal there for it. Spoke on SKC2 keeping the width. They've switched the 2 wingers. Arellano, the former MLS NEXT Pro champion with Austin FC2, now on the near side. Donovan stepping up next to Malun Gumbale. It's a 4-3-3 on paper, but out of possession almost looks like a 2-striker pairing. Ibawo forced back again. Saldana has to go back if he wants to switch. Now LAFC2 finding some space. Good turn in midfield. Terry streaking forward. Terry sticking with it. And Leroux getting in the way. Spoke on Jude Terry trying to connect those passes. Stays selfish this time around. It's not a bad take at all. Well defended by the Frenchman in the end. Number of players queuing up right inside the 18. Couple players going down. Instead, it's poked towards goal. It's a great save. Ryan Sheway reacting in the nick of time. Fell right at the feet of DiCarlo Guerra. And just stretched for it, kept it low, didn't try to crush it. And somehow through the bodies, Ryan Sheway kept an eye on it all the way. Stood up toward the back post and headed in. Tommy Mahalik from the corner opens the scoring for LAFC2. Evaded his mark. Sheway misjudged it.
LAFC goal scored in the
And from that
36th
sort of
minute by
distance, a
number
striker
90,
of his caliber is never going to miss. Mahalik keeps his composure and gets his second of the season. The first 2 shots on target of the match for LAFC2 in quick succession from the corner. The first saved, the second in the back of the net. 224 minutes since SKC2 last conceded. The streak spoiled by the former Indiana University man. Mahalik checking in on the near side now. It's Weibo who shifted centrally. It's a very different shape out of possession now since before conceding for LAFC2. Mahalik working all the way back and kicking that one out for the throw. First team All Big Ten last year with the Hoosiers, named the Offensive Player of the Year. Two-time regular season champion, College Cup runner-up in 2022. Donovan from a tough angle, wanted to go low, and Hasal in the end makes a decent stop. Didn't seem too troubled in the end by it. Donovan didn't get a great look in terms of his options in the box before he got the ball. He's made a couple crosses this match that have not found teammates. Here's Mahalik onto his right with the confidence to go for it, asking for a deflection that never happened. Had Natty Clark in an awkward position, did the right thing by trying to cut to the inside and force the defender to pivot on his back foot. Didn't find the space he was looking for. This portion of the match is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield Kansas City, the official healthcare insurance partner of Sporting Kansas City. Saldana, pocket picked. Donovan now the other way. 4-on-5 opportunity. Great ball for Ariano from a difficult angle. Can't get through Diaz. Did the right thing by just trying to stay wide. Diagonal run really wasn't on. It's well covered in the end. LAFC2 got numbers back. Mbale plays the simple ball, whipped in, miscued clearance, but Hasal able to react to it in time. Weibo laying Nava in stride, forced to turn back, did well to advance things. SKC2 have found their shape though. It's a lovely ball through that shape for Mahalik. Big stop from Sheway. Ball played through one-on-one. Takes the early chance, tries to open up the hips, guide it to the side netting. Great positioning from Ryan Sheway. Didn't commit early. Stayed more central position-wise rather than checking to that near post. Traditionally, a goalkeeper going to cheat a little bit there to that near post if they're going to come out, try and make themselves big on the 1v1, but instead, Sheway stood his ground, cheated centrally, allowed him to get across to parry that one away from danger. Ball came off Brian Arellano last for a good challenge. Since scoring that goal, LAFC 2 have looked a much different side. Connecting those passes, especially Jude Terry, is now started to find his tempo rather. Eddie Clark getting a talking to. He is already on a yellow card. Is this worthy of a second yellow card? It's physical. There's a tug on the jersey there. The referee was right on top of it. That's why Natty Clark is getting a final warning. Diaz, Mahalik. It is a much different shape now. Mahalik, since scoring the goal, drops in a little bit deeper to play more of a wing position, and he's found his space on the near side as well. Weibo is shifted to the far side instead, and now out of possession, leading the line. See how things change shape-wise for both sides in the second half. Just a minute plus stoppage time left in the first. Sanchez drops in deeper now. Leroux shaping that forward for Clark, who stepped all the way up. Natty Clark on this near side, stepping a lot higher than his wingback counterpart, Beckham Uterid, so far in this match. Uterid showing short and will receive now from James. Clipping it forward towards Gumbale. Goes down right at the edge of the area. This is an excellent piece of real estate for a set piece. Maybe a yard from the edge of the box. Kenneth Nielsen fighting for it unfairly as we enter the lone minute of additional time. Both the big center backs for SKC2 going to get forward for this one. Try to put this somewhere between 10 yards out and the goal mouth. Force Thomas Hasal to make a decision whether to come out for it or stay home. That's exactly where Pierre Leroux is lining up. Driven in toward the near post. It was a shot in the end. Hasal equal to it. Arellano trying to catch the keeper napping. Referee with a check of the watch. Beckham Uterid with likely the penultimate kick of the first 45. Outswinging delivery. Hasal got a punch to it. Second ball, intercepted by Quintero. Looking for the space to cross, gets it. But the LAFC2 back line holds strong. Tommy Mahalik's goal in the 36th minute. The lone strike between the two sides. 1-0 at the break in favor of LA. First half highlights and a look at our upcoming schedule are later, but first, April Marie Aguilar made her way to the land of 1,000 lakes to visit Minnesota United FC2. She sat down with head coach Jeremy Hall in this week's Coach's Corner.
Welcome to this episode of Coach's Corner. I'm April Marie Aguilar. Joining me today is Jeremy Hall, head coach of Minnesota United FC2. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. You've been with the club since its inaugural season in 2022. What does it feel like to you to have been with this organization since its inception?
Yeah, I've been very blessed, to be honest. I've gotten to work with some really good coaches here. I've learned a lot, and then to be able to step into a role as a head coach, I think just from a personal standpoint, I'm still learning and finding myself, and really grateful for the club to give me such a big role at the club. And so I'm really excited to be here, going on year 4, and just looking to continue the success that we've had so far.
And what ultimately inspired you to even want to become a coach?
Ooh, that's a good question. Just from playing, I've had some really good coaches, some really bad coaches, and I always just felt like, I just want to be able to mentor and be around the guys. You can only play for so long. I still feel like being on the field is the next best thing, and so being able to share some of those experiences, positive and negative, that I've learned, through other coaches, and just being involved in the game, I just felt like I would love to give back. And so I love my time on the field. I love being able to build relationships with the players. I love to help them get to where they ultimately want to be, and play at a high level. And so be able to help share those experiences and be on the field, it's been awesome.
And you mentioned having played professionally, and you did 8 seasons in Major League Soccer. Given your experience as a player, aside from mentoring, what else do you find yourself now implementing into your coaching career?
Just really being myself and just being real. A lot of coaches want to talk tactics, and I think that's a big part of the game, but for me, I talk more behaviors and being aggressive and playing with intensity, and for me, hating to lose. And so if you can show up every day and try and get better, I think at the end of the day, you give yourself a better chance to be successful, because at this level that we're at, there's a lot of good players, and for me, it's how do you separate yourself. And so I believe just like working hard, winning your individual duels. I like to say just like being a dog on the field. I think that can, really get you into that next level.
And how do you feel like that gives you an advantage, even having been a player, to just become more or build stronger relationships with your players?
Well, I think the relationship piece is soccer aside. It's getting to know these kids and their families, and how they're doing in school, and what are they doing on the weekends away from away from the field. And so I feel like whether they're playing, whether they're not, whether in a good moment, whether in a bad moment, in the second team space, we have guys coming down, so everybody's headspace is totally different. And so for me, it's just trying to be, I guess, a friend, first and foremost, just somebody that they can confide in. And then when they're on the field, when those relationships are built, I can really push them and try and demand all the other stuff out of them. And so for me, I really pride myself on that.
Lob ball up ahead, shipped over the keeper. Oh, how about that? The ball ends up with Chandler. He controls inside the box, flips it back in, and another goal for Minnesota.
And now going into year 2 as a leader of this team, how do you personally feel like you've grown, not just as an individual, but as a coach just within this year?
Yeah, well, you have the final say in a lot of things like that, right? And so when you're building out a training week, a training month, the details that go into the training session, when you're traveling, what flight do you want to get on, all these different things, everything comes to you. And so really being organized, really being just open, right? Like our assistant coach have a lot of say in that, right? Like I don't like to take everything and just giving them the platform to, be able to coach and lead like that. And so making everything super collaborative, I can step back at times and kind of put myself in when I need to, but sharing the space with the other coaches and the players has made me just be me.
And I admire that about you, is as soon as we told you that you were named Coach of the Month, you right away were like, it's not just me, you know, it is a team and a collaborative effort. Ultimately for the team, what would you consider a successful season?
That's a hard one in our space. For me, I always believe that winning is a part of development. And so I think with anything, if you're going into a season, I think everybody says we want to make the playoffs, we want to win the championship. I think when you look at it like that from perspective, yeah, that's great. In our space and development, we want to help these guys get into the first team. And so when I see some of the guys like, you know, Alex Smear play with the first team or Loic play with the first team, you know, some of the first team guys that are returned to play, DJ Taylor getting in and Sam Shishoa, when these guys come into our space, it makes me feel good because, you know, they're getting fitter, they're getting stronger, they're getting more confident, and, you know, hopefully we can continue to see more guys from the second team get into the first team.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys this season, Coach. And we can't wait to see what else is in store for you all.
Thank you so much.
But in the meantime, y'all, this is it for this episode of Coach's Corner. Be sure to tune in to our next episode to see who I'll be talking to with next. We'll catch you guys next time. For now, I'm April Marie Aguilar. Bye.
I know I'm fully attracted. I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. It's a jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
Welcome back. 1-0 at the break, courtesy of Tommy Mahalik in the 36th minute for LAFC 2. We will look ahead to the league's upcoming schedule in a moment, but first, on her visit to Minnesota, April Marie Aguilar had a chance to sit down and meet 22-year-old forward Logan Dorsey, this week's player profile.
Thank you again for joining me on this episode of Player Profile. I'm April Marie Aguilar, and today joining me is Logan Dorsey of Minnesota United FC2. Thanks so much for the time, Logan.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Well, just this December, you were selected by Minnesota United in the Super Draft. Then you signed with the team in March.
Yep.
Then in just your second game, you scored your first goal, followed by a brace in the next. Describe to me what these last couple of months have been like for you.
Yeah, no, it's been quite a whirlwind, no doubt. I mean, you know, coming in, getting drafted, you know, an unbelievable feeling, and you get a call saying, hey, you have 2 weeks to come and prove yourself, and it's like, great, like, let's do it. And no, so it was great, you know, to get experience with the first team and to kind of get in that environment and see what it's like, and then, you know, an unbelievable feeling to sign a second team contract and you know, kind of get that going and get that process going is awesome. And, you know, coming in and scoring a few goals is great. You know, I'm glad to be able to help the team. So it's been fun, an experience for sure.
And what would a successful season look like for you?
For me, a successful season is, you know, our goal as a team is to win it all. You know, we want to win the league, and I strongly believe that we have the ability to do that with the players that we have and the talent we have, you know, coming up and down from the first team, you know, all the switches. Like, I feel like we've embraced that really well as a group early on in the season, and I think we're going to continue to do that.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about your brother, because he plays for Houston Dynamo. What was the competitive nature like between the two of you growing up?
That's a good question. You know, I think the competitive nature when we were kids was always wanting to beat each other. I think that blossomed into a really great relationship that I have with him now, more of a support role than a competitive role. But, you know, of course, as kids, like, you want to be better, you want to beat him, and, you know, I think that helped propel both of us into, you know, taking the next step in our career. So I think it was a positive, but now that it's blossomed into a good, comforting relationship, I think it's great.
And his journey, I mean, how has that influenced your own approach to the game?
Yeah, it's, you know, he's given me a lot of support throughout my career. You know, I've obviously, as every career does, like, you have a lot of struggles and you have a lot of things and going on, and I think that his help to me has been Like, without words, it's been probably the greatest thing in my career so far. Like, having someone like him that's been through it all, that's been through what I'm going through is unbelievable. So having that support system is great, and I can't thank him enough for that.
And you mentioned struggles. How have those struggles actually led you to where you are now?
Yeah, I think, you know, I would say the biggest thing for an aspiring pro athlete is being able to deal with struggle. And, you know, dealing with struggle is hard for a lot of people, and it's hard for everybody. So being able to deal with that and kind of take positives and little things away from everything that you're doing, even when you're in one of those slumps, is like, I think that's the greatest thing you can do as an athlete.
And is there a specific moment or perhaps piece of advice that Griffin has provided you that's had a significant impact on you?
I would say the biggest thing that he's done for me is kind of just been there. He's been there, you know, through the successes and saying, hey, like, you know, maybe you don't need to get so high on this, or, you know, when you're in a low, like, hey, you're good, like, you're right where you need to be. Like, I think kind of just being there constantly throughout the entire process has been great. Like, kind of keeping me balanced is one thing that he does really well, which I really appreciate.
And you're certainly lucky because you do have a brother who's a professional.
Yeah.
But with that being said, how important is it to just have that support system?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's everything. I struggle with it because I think everybody needs it, and I'm so grateful that I have it, but not everybody has it, you know? So I think, you know, it's a great advantage for me, and maybe being able to pass on some of the information that he gives to me to other players that are struggling within our team and, you know, close friends, I think is great to be able to do.
I love that. Well, best of luck to you and your team, Logan.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Player Profile. Be sure to tune in next time to see who I'll be talking to. For now, I'm April Marie, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Action.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake, and I take what I make and I flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like, so looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself, and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself, and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Welcome back. Almost time to get underway once again between LAFC 2 and Sporting Kansas City 2. Philip Galani with you as we get ready to take a look at the highlights from the first half, and plenty of highlights to choose from. It was SKC2 in the driver's seat for most of this one, unable to find the back of the net. Gael Quintero early on testing the palms of Thomas Asal, Canadian keeper, making a good save. And it was Ariano on the near side for the hosts. Cross that skipped under the foot of a defender, but then the corners were where LAFC2 started to cause problems. The half volley from DeCarlo Guerra, testing Ryan Sheway, and then lofted to the back post, nobody picking up. Tommy Mahalik, who heads home for his second of the campaign to make it 1-0 LAFC2 in the 36th minute. He pressed for a second as well, picked out by Jude Terry, wide open in the box, but Ryan Sheway wouldn't be beaten that time around. And then with almost the last kick of the first half, Ryan Ariano once again testing Thomas Asal with the keeper, able to keep that one out. As we take a look at the upcoming schedule around MLS NEXT Pro, Saturday, a lone match with Rebs 2 in Chattanooga, and then a full slate of Sunday soccer. North Texas SC with the late match, the MLS NEXT Pro Cup champions taking on the Tacoma Defiance, who have been in red-hot form with Yusuke Onome and Osase de Rosario 1 and 2 in the Golden Boot race. And wrapping things up, a number of matches as well later in the week with an all-Lone Star State rivalry Friday night at 8:30 between Austin FC2, the 2023 MLS NEXT Pro champions, and Dynamo Dos. So almost ready to get started again in this one. Head coach Junior Gonzalez
for LAFC2. I had a chance to speak with him earlier this week. Spoke on how well his team has been able to create chances, but just haven't put them away as of yet. He said our XG in the last few matches has been very good, creating a lot of chances but not finding the back of the net. Now it's about executing on the attacking side. They've done that through 45, but far from over the line. SKC2 looking to break their scoring drought. It is 394 minutes since SKC2 has found the back of the net. And they've made a double change to try and address that. Masoud Habibullah has come in up top for Brian Ariano. And Natty Clark at the back to be replaced by Anthony Samways. Samways, the 2025 Super Draft selection by SKC. Went to the College Cup semifinals with The Ohio State University. A former Columbus Crew Academy product. Capybara is, of course, one of the most prolific names in MLS Next Pro, not just because they won the first MLS Next Pro Cup, but the number of players they've been able to move on to the next level. Patrick Schulte, Jason Russell-Rowe, Mohamed Farsi, Noah Fuson from back in the first season. The list goes on and on. If you're just joining us, the teams have switched sides. SKC2 on the right side of your screen in the blue, LAFC2 in the white. Headed to the right, Philip Galati with you from Kansas City. One yellow card for each side in the first 45. Natty Clark, the player for SKC2 in the book. He was substituted off for Anthony Samways. Christian Diaz, the 19-year-old center back, is the other name in the pocketbook for LAFC2. Shane Donovan will get things underway. And the ball rolling once again.
Kansas City leaving the game, number 35, Brian Ariano. He's replaced by number 47, Masoud Habibullah.
Donovan highlighted by his manager, Isfan Urbani, earlier this week. Someone with an outstanding soccer IQ. Uteritz into the box. Falls to Habibullah off the crossbar. Only a handful of touches for him in this match. He's just come off the bench to start the second half. He was a rocket. Shaking the frame of the goal. And nearly equalizing in some style. Uteritz. Habibullah's second to it. Second ball won by Beckham Uteritz. Alexandre intercepted. Uteritz once again working back for it. To Santret. Suffocating pressure by SKC2. And Alexandre will commit the foul. Goodness, what a strike that was from Masoud Habibullah. Got his laces through it from a difficult angle. Just connected with the right part of the bone, barely swung his leg. And yet came off of his foot with such venom. Terry escapes to Sandtrek, got a touch to it. So too did Leholt. Just enough to foil the plans for LAFC 2. Now Samway's trying to start the counter, running out of time to do so, and will have to reset. James told to drive, given the real estate to do so. Uteritz, first time ball moving it along for Meji Alexandre if he can get there, and does. Trying to scoop the nutmeg, it wasn't on. Donovan. Offered space inside, sees the switch, and it's a great ball. Intercepted by Mahalik, who's worked all the way back. Was that out-and-out striker until he scored. Now has taken a little bit of a deeper role on the far side. Adrian Weibulo, the club's top scorer all time. Now the lone forward goes down, doesn't get the whistle. Habibullah. Uteritz continues his run. Opens up space for Tessantre. He's a long way from goal. Quintero, that one easily picked away. Uteritz has a goal and slicing away from goal. Beckham Uteritz, son of former Kansas City player Scott Uteritz, back when Kansas City was still called the Wiz. Beckham Uteritz, someone who's always willing to go that extra mile to do what the team needs, said his head coach Istvan Urbani. Makes the diagonal run, opens up space for Alexandre inside. Lost his footing as he went to play that one. Just caught him between two minds, between setting that to the top of the key and playing the diagonal run. A lot more numbers now for SKC2, particularly on the side with the ball, trying to overload things. Habibullah settling, striking. In the way was Guerra. Now Quintero. Wanted Alexandre to make the run. He stayed home. Now to Santret. Skipped under his foot. To Santret working back for it. And it's a lovely run by Jude Terry, evading a number of defenders. Saldana. Diaz. Whistle sounds in midfield. Jones to Sandstret will get a talking to. Captain for this side, joined the SKC Academy back in 2021 after moving from Baltimore. Described the SKC Academy, the players, as a real family. Place he's been fortunate to call home, he said. This is a great ball forward for Jones Jr., who sits a defender down. Second challenge stopped the ball enough for Tessantre to get it away. Look at the aggressiveness in the step from SKC2. Alexandre making a great run. If the ball can find him, it does. Alexandre off the post. It's a great effort on his left foot. Fantastic ball by the captain to Santre.
First touch took him a little bit away from goal. Off balance, tough angle, does well to get a clean strike on it. Now the second time that the frame of the goal has denied the hosts. Sancho with another incisive pass. This one, though, defended by Nielsen. Great first touch into play. And there's so much space afforded now to Nava, who is taken down. And that will be a red card for Beckham Uteritz. The last man denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. And SKC2 reduced to 10. Sebastian Nava was clean through. There's no attempt to play the ball there. It's a stone wall sending off, and no complaints from Uteritz. A straight red card. It's the first sending off of the year for an SKC2 player. SKC2 was looking for their third straight clean sheet. They will now do something that they have not had to do before this season and see out a match with 10 players. "23 yards out. It's a direct try on goal, and it's a lovely free kick. Sebastian Nava denied the one-on-one from the red card challenge, scores from the ensuing free kick to make it 2-0 LA.
LAFC goal scored by Sebastian Nava.
Was clean through on goal, taken out from behind, won the free kick. His teammates give him the honor of taking it, curls it over the wall into the top left corner. Brian Sheway getting a piece of it, but not enough to keep it out. And Sebastian Nava will feel that it is his just reward.
Substitution for Sporting Kansas City.
His first goal of the season.
Number 90, Meji Alexandre. He's replaced by number 89.
Alexandre will be replaced by Leo Cristiano.
Go, Shea, game up.
Sebastian Nava came up through the LA Galaxy Academy, played his college ball with Portland. Now gets his first for LAFC too. It was a fabulous strike. You could see the emotion on his face after being denied the one-on-one. Uteritz taking the red card, trying to give his team breathing room. But it didn't matter in the end. Nava converting the free kick. Weibo. Nava, space on the near side. Forwarded to Jones Jr. Guerra. Saldana. It is a long way back for SKC2. We're now 407 minutes without a goal. Rael Cristiano blocking the flick. The man who has played for Sporting Kansas City since he was back with the U12s, working his way all the way up through the academy, and now to professional soccer. Great ball in behind. Cristiano will chase it down and go to ground. He doesn't get the ball. Instead, stumbling was Jones Jr. Sheway able to claim it and wants to start the counter. A frantic series of events to great pass in behind. Jones Jr. stays on his feet, and then was there enough of a touch by Ian James? Referee says no. That second challenge is a clean one by Sheway. Jones Jr. going down, but he got there second. This portion of the match is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of Sporting Kansas City. Tommy Mahalik in the 36th made it 1-0 going into halftime. Beckham Uterich shown a straight red card, denying a clear goal scoring opportunity in the 53rd. The ensuing free kick in the 54th dispatched for his first of the season by Sebastian Nava. Another ball in behind and a lot of space once again for Jones Jr. Picks his spot. It's Weibo. It's 3. LAFC 2's all-time leader in scoring gets in on the action.
LAFC goal scored in the 60th minute by number 77.
Derek Jones Jr. has found that pocket of space a number of times since the sending off. This time able to find a teammate. Weibo settling, just guiding it into the bottom corner. A well-dispatched finish. And LAFC 2 in this second half have exploded offensively. Tying their highest scoring tally this season. They have scored 3 goals in a match 4 times already in 2025. They've never scored 4. Hasal called for it. Instead, one of his defenders scrambling it away to Santret turning. James. Difficult pass, well intercepted by Derek Jones Jr. Terry turning, it's a great sliding challenge. Can James make the most of it? Gael Quintero winning it back in midfield. Break wasn't on for SKC2.
Cristiano cutting it back, and it's off of Nielsen. Nearly found its way in. It's a good move from SKC2.
Substitution for LAFC in the
Playing
63rd
at speed.
minute.
Trying to make
game,
something
number
happen.
46, DiCarlo Guerra.
They'll get a chance in the corner.
He's replaced
Double
by
change for
48,
LAFC2.
Gavin Zambrano. LAFC sub in the
Adrian
68th
Weibowo
minute,
to be
leaving
replaced
number
by
77,
Cairo Walters.
Adrian Weibowo. He's replaced by number 48, Gavin Zambrano.
Ricardo Guerra as well, taking off for Gavin Zambrano. Swung into the back post over the head of the hole. James showing short. It's going to be intercepted by Christian Diaz. Gets the 1-2. No white shirts forward with him. And Quintero will concede the throw. That one trickles over the line. Shane Donovan getting some instruction, so too is Leo Cristiano. From their head coach, Isfan Urbani. Donovan trying to put that instruction into action right away. Wants the 1-2. Habibullah goes himself and will earn the corner kick. To the back post and well claimed in the air by Hassal, who wants to start the break. Cairo Walters fresh off the bench. G. Terry wanted it long, instead back to safety. Saldana.
Just in between the lines. That's why I need you wider. Now Derek's going to be running.
Zambrano.
Stay wide.
Back for Adam Saldana. Look at the space now afforded to LAFC2 on the ball. It's a stark contrast from the first half when SKC2 really wanted to press things. Masoud Habibullah trying his best to do so. But now look at the space between number 47 and the 4 across midfield in blue. Trying to maintain their shape rather than play that high tempo, high pressing defense. With the man disadvantage, they've got to find their shape. Meanwhile, LAFC2 really stretching things horizontally. Jones right on cue, playing a great ball in behind, but the flag will go up. Tommy Mahalik jumping the gun. Great vision from Derek Jones Jr. The run made a fraction too early. Marauding run in behind to the front post. Donovan was there. Awkward angle to try and redirect that one, and the defender in the way to boot. Samways breaking through the back line. Good turn. Still working against Carlos Diaz. And eventually running out of room. This portion of the match is presented by Price Chopper. the official grocer partner of Sporting Kansas City. Now the good composure. Some of the substitutes for SKC2 bringing that high press energy with fresh legs. Cristiano instead forced back to the back line. Someone who does like to get forward and can play well offensively. Donovan as well forced deeper with that man disadvantage. Zambrano. Diaz. Terry trying to turn. Mihalik has found some space. Instead intercepted in midfield. Donovan makes the feint to open up space for Gumbale. Two defenders in front of Malun Gumbale. Forced back. Great ball into the box for Donovan. Trying to pick out the cross. Habibullah was there, but a fraction too late. James, he slid in a little more centrally now. Leroux will go wide. Santret will look in the middle. SKC2 trying to use as much of the width as they can. Good first time ball by Santret. Samway's got a poke there. Gumbala didn't think he was going to get there. And it comes off of him last for the goal kick. Seven shots in total for LAFC2 compared to 12 for SKC2. But of those 7, 5 have been on target for the visitors compared to just 3 of the 12 on frame for the hosts. Push and go from Terry, but it drags back on the jersey. Unable to get around his man. Just a frustration foul. Cristiano kept it in play but couldn't find a teammate. Terry now with a lot more space, trying to thread the needle, but James is there. Terry to Mihalik connection a number of times tonight, nearly finding their way forward. Maybe been unfortunate not to find more chances. Good ball into the box. First to it was Christian Diaz. And now SKC2 will get a chance to cut into the deficit from the corner kick. El Quintero has jogged over to the near side to receive some updated instruction. Outswinging ball, Cristiano was there. Flick on header from the far side of the 6-yard box. Very difficult angle to try and work that one goalward. What a performance in the second half so far from LAFC2. I had a chance to speak to head coach Junior Gonzalez early this week. He spoke on some of the injury battles that players have been facing. Physically, mentally difficult for them to readjust, but he says everyone has had the confidence to go out there and get results. Well on their way to 3 points here to Sandtret with a great tackle. Coach Gonzalez saying we have a unique leadership environment, really empowers these players. Go out there, know their role. And now well on their way to bouncing back into the win column. Still work to do though. SKC2 still looking dangerous on the break. Both coaches preparing a number of changes now in the 74th minute. Cristiano back at the near post where the last corner was, but the referee has seen something she's taken exception to. The near post again to Sandtret was fighting for it. Now Leroux in a tussle. It's won by Jones Jr. Wants to spring the counter. Terry in the foot race will be second to it.
Substitution for Sporting in the 74th minute. Leaving the game, number 52.
That will be the last
He's replaced by number
action of the match for Charlotte Sandtret, the captain, who gives the armband to Gael Quintero. 17-year-old Carter Dirksen, an attacking-minded change for Esteban Urbani, taking off a holding midfielder for a forward.
In the 75th minute, leaving the game, number 32, Derek Jones, number 44, Christian Diaz.
Triple change now 40, for LAFC2.
Entering the game, number 47, Marius Ayenero.
Derek Jones Jr.,
Zambrano, and number 62,
Sebastian Nava, and Christian Diaz, all leaving the match. Joshua Santiago into the fray. Marius Ayenero and Eric Diaz both into the match as well. Ayenero forward, Diaz will slot in at the back line. So a couple of changes up and down the pitch for Junior Gonzalez.
They gotta win a game.
76th minute now. LAFC2 again look likely to counter every time they win the ball. Mahalik tried to make the run. Nobody saw it. Instead, it's Santiago off the bench. Head on a swivel and forced back. 16-year-old Jude Terry. A crucial piece of the offense he's been tonight. May not have the goal or assist to show for it, but still has helped create so many chances. Was looking for shooting space there, wasn't afforded it. Saldana, Zambrano, Nielsen. Everybody staying static for now. Ayenero tried to check two, nobody saw it. Now he'll open up for that long ball, instead sent to the near side. Mihalik chasing down the second ball. It's won by Dirksen. Scrambled away by Cristiano. Habibullah weathers the storm. Habibullah has to get back forward now. Masoud Habibullah, born in capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent, raised in Canada. Older brother of Cameron Habibullah, SKC2's leading goal scorer last year. Both products of the Whitecaps Academy system. So too the goalkeeper tonight for LAFC2, Thomas Asal. Both Habibullah and Hassan joining the Whitecaps Academy in 2016. Ionero. Still Ionero going down. Referee had to think about it. Sheway came out for it. Mario Ionero right at the top of the box. Leo Cristiano was challenging for it. Got enough of the ball. Now G. Terry has dropped in a lot deeper, the 16-year-old. Here comes the press from SKC2. Stepping all the way up. And they'll win it back. Early cross, and it's wasted in the end. SKC2 picked their moment to go forward. This portion of the match is presented by Central Bank, the official checking account partner of Sporting Kansas City and the official jersey front partner of SKC2. Mihalik. Terry still with some gas left in the tank in the 80th minute. Santiago. Ionero showing short. Instead played for Mihalik. Has space to take this himself. Instead moves it along for Terry, but it's under hit. Cristiano sliding and claiming. Goes down. Appeals from the LAFC2 bench so that Santiago didn't make much contact.
Substitution for Sporting Kansas City in the
now
81st
Kyle
minute.
Quintero will have to give the captain's armband away.
Gail Quintero. He's replaced by number 76.
Johan Ortiz will come into the match.
Ortiz.
Man with the SKC Academy experience stretching back to 2018. Ian James will take the captain's armband. Pierre Leroux moving it along. Slide rule pass for Samways. Two runners with him, couldn't pick either of them out. Dirksen working back for it. And it comes off the right shin of Malungu Mbale.
Santiago. Terry keeping it, now moves it along to the far side. Mahalik calling for it at the back post. Instead, the shot blocked. Cairo Walters tried to go himself. LAFC 2 still pressing, still trying to find the back of the net for what would be the 4th time tonight, and what would be the first time this season they've ever scored 4 in a match. Great ball. Terry on the prowl, has numbers with him, but keeps it himself and sends it well over the protective netting behind the goal. Just lashed at it. Had more time and space than maybe he thought he was going to have, and went for power.
Joe, slide on him!
Well defended by Santiago. Creative pass, great first touch to bring it down by Saldana. To the far side, this is Walters. Mahalik just slowly trudging forward. LAFC 2 staying very narrow for now. Slowly getting numbers forward. Overloading the weak side of the ball. Find the space on the switch now. There is a lot of space. If Mahalik's going to try and make that run, especially with Leo Cristiano tucking inside a bit. James has stepped up. There's space behind him. It's a great run made by Mario Sayanero, but nobody saw that run.
Oh my God. I know.
Battle on this near side. Mahalik won it well and now has some space. Safety in triangles, and now they can switch the point of attack. Terry stays upright. Dirksen wins it. It's a great sliding challenge. LAFC 2 get it right back. Suffocating pressure in the final minutes on the road here for the visitors. Mahalik, Terry, creative back heel, looking for that 1-2, as they have done all night long. Poor touch at the back, maybe a chance for Santiago, but James goes to ground. Ian James not giving up on the play with the captain's armband on his left bicep. Spent most of last year with the U17s, despite being 15 years of age. Still named to the MLS Next All-Star selection at the end of the season. Training ground play, Saldana. Stood up by Diaz. Stepped down for Gumbale now. No way through Diaz. Trivella pass is a good one. Terry has shifted all the way to the channel.
Saldana. Mahalik. One-on-one with Cristiano. Plays into safety with Terry. Nobody making those darting runs in behind. Just showing for the short passes. '89th minute now. LAFC 2 looking for their second win of the month. Well, on their way to doing so. And keeping their first clean sheet in a win this season. Complete performance from Junior Gonzalez's side on the road. Before they return home to take on the Town next week. For SKC2, it's a rematch with Rapids 2 on the 1st of June. Right here on home soil. Ortiz. Falls right to the feet of Habibullah. Now Donovan, clipping it in behind. Well poked away. SKC2 trying to spoil the visitors' first clean sheet this season. Dirksen. Does it get over the byline? It does not. Well defended for a throw.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time in the second half. 2 minutes.
Kumbale. Ortiz. And this one will fizzle out. LAFC 2 just a minute and a half away. Kenneth Nielsen did his part in the first half to ensure that clean sheet stayed intact. Saldana, the tempo setter, especially in that first 45. Nielsen will go long. Mahalik, who started the scoring, will not give chase. May not be enough time for Ian James to get this one forward. One more chance for SKC2 to try and break the scoring drought. Samways has space to cross this one in and does. It's poked out of play for a corner kick. The referee will allow Donovan to take it. .439 minutes without a goal for SKC2.
Leroux second to it. And LAFC 2 with their first clean sheet of the season. 3 goals and 3 points on the road to bounce back into the win column. A complete performance from head coach Junior Gonzalez and his team, who despite some of the injuries to players this season have had the talent for players to step up and make their names known, and one of those names in particular, Sebastian Nava, who got his first goal of the season, was onside for this chance, one-on-one taken out from behind, but he would get his chance from the free kick to right that wrong, and he did. Sebastian Nava earns tonight's man of the match honor. You can see what it means to his teammates, fired up for him as he gets his first in MLS Next Pro for LAFC 2. So that's gonna do it from the Show Me State. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Philip Galati. Once again, the final score, LA 3, Kansas City nothing. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.